not a program. It's not an initiative. It is a mindset. It is a foundational element of our culture, and it is a framework of how we solve problems. Whether it's a small point improvement with one team member that's going to make our customers' experience a little easier, a little better, or it's the big projects that are going to impact thousands of customers every day. It's chipping away, getting better and better every single day. This is a framework of how we approach our work, how we approach operations. What you see below the deck here, these are our fundamental, non-negotiable beliefs around continuous improvement, around the way that we organize our work. These are never compromised. What you see on top of the deck are principles, and we know if we infuse these continuous improvement principles into any process, whether it's a back office process or it's our terminal operations, it will always make us better. Just in time means that we know exactly what we need to do our job and to serve our customers, and we don't start our work until we have what we need. Everything regarding our work flows only in one direction, and so if things are coming back to us, it's always again a red flag that things can be better. Whether it's paper on a desk, it's email in an inbox, it's cargo on the terminal, if things are stopped, that's also a red flag for us to ask, why is it sitting and how do we keep it moving? The last principle here is built-in quality, or you can think about it as mistake-proofing. It's making sure our processes are consistent, repeatable, reliable every time. Respect for people is the most misunderstood concept of any continuous improvement framework. What we're saying is that we aren't solving problems in a conference room. We have to show respect to the team members on the front lines who are executing those processes we're trying to improve. It's soliciting that feedback and giving that open forum to say, we support you, we're gonna hear you, and we're not just gonna hear you, we're gonna take action, and you're gonna get to be a part of it. You can't have a continuous improvement culture without a speak up culture. And if we aren't focusing on fostering a culture where team members are comfortable recognizing problems, if they're not comfortable raising those problems, they'll never get solved. And so speak up is fundamental to the success of our continuous improvement work. We have used continuous improvement with some of our companies to solve really big projects that are going to completely transform the way that we're doing work. And a great example of that is at Tropical Shipping.
Before we couldn't do a warehouse inventory in less than a full day. Now we do a warehouse inventory in less than an hour. Every morning when we come in, we got a freight that is still being received at the time that we're loading, so we don't know the location. So we send the robot, in a matter of seconds, we know exactly where the box is. We can load in a container, it doesn't miss sailing. Now through technology, we're solving that issue. We're just getting it faster, more accurate, and more efficient.
All of the things that we've implemented here have allowed us to keep these guys safer. We're moving these trucks through this terminal in less than 20 minutes. We were 30 to 45 minutes on average. Now we're on average 20 minutes every day on the heaviest day.
Almost a calendar of the things that we're going to do for the year. This is called a macro plan. We talked about putting this on computer monitors and spreadsheets, and really it's much easier for all of us to come up here every week. Green is on track, we have a plan, there's a deadline, there's an owner. So here's one where maybe we missed a plan, we have something that wasn't quite on track, and we're encouraged to talk about those. It's an area where you say, hey, how can we all collectively help you solve that problem? And it is one of those journeys that once you take off and get started, it's kind of fun. People have a good time doing it. They see the instant results, and so those kinds of improvements lead people to want to do more of it.
Carlisle Customer Service, how may I help you?
We have a customer service department that's new at Carlisle. It's centralized in Anchorage, and all they do is take calls from customers. And some of those are wanting to, track and trace, where's my package? But a lot of those calls are issues. And so they have a mechanism now at Carlisle where every single week, every single director is getting on a call across, from the lower 48 and Alaska and throughout the state of Alaska and saying, what's impacted our customers? How many times were we late? How many times did we damage cargo?
Through the continuous improvement effort, we measured our on-time delivery performance. Now that we have that measurement in place, we're able to monitor it on a daily basis and see where we are stacked up against our targets to improve that on-time delivery. Our customers are seeing better service levels from us due to some of these particular measurements.
As we grow in our maturity with continuous improvement, it's going to do two things. It's going to completely transform the performance of our business. It's also going to develop our people.
Before, they would open their toolbox and sometimes have to search for a while to find the correct tool, and it was chaos.
Something as simple as a screwdriver or a pair of pliers left in the inlet of a motor or left in a landing gear could be catastrophic. It could actually crash an aircraft. So knowing where your tools are and accounting for your tools are very important. If a tool is out, it tells you who has the tool, and so you can go back and find that person, find out where the tool is, where they use the tool at.
Everyone had a say and everyone has a contribution to this project.
We have a board member who would always say, we just want to be 2% better every day, incrementally, 2% better. And if you can imagine over a year how different our business will look if we really are, every team member, being diligent about looking for opportunities to do things just 2% faster, 2% better, it would transform us. It will transform us.